Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel God Would Do It For You. My name is Steven and I hope everyone's having a great day so far. It's the weekend, so I hope you got some great plans ahead. But what we're going to be talking about today is when people are counting on you. Why is this important? Well, this past week, of course, I'm wrestling, dealing with the circumstances that I'm being dealt with, and what I'm starting to notice now is my son is starting to get a little confused, a little upset. And he asked me very boldly and very straightforward, why do we serve God when he's got us like this? I thought God is supposed to take care of us. You told me that God takes care of us as a father takes care of their child. Then why does he have us like this? Because you wouldn't take care of me this way if you had the same choice. And I immediately had to explain to him, because I understood exactly what he meant. I understood he didn't mean any harm. He was just confused as to things were just fine a month ago. Why would now, if a father is taking care of their children, allow us, when we didn't do anything wrong, to be in a set of circumstances where we can't do anything, where we just have to lay low and stay inside? And once I explained to him that, hey, God is not a genie and he tests our faith and that he does not make us absent from what life throws at us, I explained the value of having him with us and that he will turn things around. And after I had explained things to my son, and even though it didn't seem to assure him much, because he still was just like, I'm not happy right now. Like, I don't like not being able to do it. I don't like what's going on. Like, this isn't cool that, we're concerned that we're not, what's going to happen to us in the month of July. And I was like, you know what? I hear adults and have heard adults say this and ask that same very question. They'll ask, why should I serve God if there's so many people struggling that do serve him? What is the benefit? Now, where does this sound familiar? When we go into the Bible, when we think about Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt. Now, the Israelites didn't miss the whip. They didn't like being enslaved and in bondage. And so their first assumption was, we have this guy that convinced Pharaoh to let us go. This is all God. So now, they're being chased. They're running for their lives. And think, Moses didn't ask for any of this. Because Moses was being told, what did he say? Just tell Pharaoh this. I'm pretty sure he didn't ask to be chased down and get murdered. I'm pretty sure he didn't ask to now be dealing with millions of people complaining and like looking at him like he's the one who orchestrated the whole idea. And so Moses is in that position where he's wrestling with, like, God, I'm just doing what you told me to do, and things aren't good. And now you have the people that you're asking me to lead questioning and, complaining, which can be dangerous when people start getting, in a collaborative of complaining. They start plotting. At this point, God adheres to the needs of the people, but eventually God did start getting a little annoyed with the complaining. Now think, why did they go from, we just saw God make away with the Red Sea. We're seeing him do things to help get us forward, provide us manna and things of that nature. Why, when the going gets tough, are we quick to shrink back and think it was better before? It's easy to think that it was better before, but then if you were back there, you will remember why you chose to leave in the first place. It's plain and simple. Same thing. Another leader, David. Now, the Amalekites came and raided their camp at Ziklag when they were out at, fighting. And rightfully so. Now, David and his soldiers come back. Now, they're following David. So they're like, hey, we're representing this dude. And then they come back, and now their wives are gone, their stuff is gone, the camp is destroyed. And so they're looking at David like, we're riding with you. They're starting to look at him like, see, you know what? Saul wants him dead. We're only dealing with this mess because we're riding with him. And so immediately David understood how they felt, and that's why he understood that this was going to be a moment where he needed to encourage himself and rally up everybody and encourage him with the same spirit of faith and courage that God gave him before. And he rallied them up, and they went and got their stuff back. Now, granted, there's more to that story on how someone on the side of the road told them where they, the people that the Amalekites were, and they were able to surprise them and get their stuff back, all of it, and then took all their stuff. And so what is the point I'm getting at? Sometimes in our walk, whether you have a family, you're a single parent, whoever, and you have someone looking up to you, and they know that your faith is where it needs to be, and they understand that you represent God, and maybe, just maybe, things aren't all that good. Maybe, just maybe, they're getting a little tired. They're like, you know what? Why? What is the true benefit of serving God? Because we love to hear about heaven, but we've been blessed with the ability to experience the here and now. And so, if the Bible truly says what it says, then why are we going through this? It's very simple. We are not excluded. We are not excluded from facing the reality of life. But the greatest benefit that we have, that people that don't believe in God have, is we have God and the Spirit of Jesus with us all the time, protecting us from the things that we didn't know we're being protected from, guiding us, making our crooked path straight. Maybe you just saw a light, and then all of a sudden you come up to the light, and you're like, it just changed, now it's back red again. If you would have went and made the light, you would have ran into a car that was running the light and caused an accident and hurt you. We don't know what God is doing, but the benefit with God is that how we handle stress, how we handle life's difficulties is totally different from someone that does not know God. I've seen it with my own eyes. They are stressed. They're drinking profusely. They are freaking out. They don't sound happy. It's hard. This walk is hard. I'd be lying to you if I was sitting around, walking around here smiling and things like that 24/7. I tell God exactly how I feel. Like, God, I'd be lying to you if I'm not concerned. God, we are coming to the end of all of our resources. Everything that I had the ability to save, any room that I had, all of it is just coming to, like, hey, it looks like it's going to be bad. But the one thing that the Israelites didn't do was just remember what just happened not too long ago. And because they were uncomfortable with the difficulties of traveling in their period through the wilderness to get to the promised lands, they wanted it immediately. They figured, hey, we're coming out of here, we're going to get it pretty soon. And I thought the same thing when I initially jumped and left my job almost 2 years ago. And once I realized that's not how it works, this is why I do, this is why I do the YouTube videos that I'm doing now. This is why I'm giving you the in-between, because I've seen plenty of people on YouTube say, hey, we make our leap of faith, we go for our job, and now things are really great, and they're not being totally honest with you. And what I mean is they're not telling you the struggle, the in-between, the levels of uncertainty, the good. They're not showing you the in-between. They're just showing you them when everything looks good. So it's easy to just say, why are they blessed and not me? It's easy to say that because my son asks us the same question. Why does it seem like certain people are more blessed than others? And especially he's referring to people of color or different different pigments of skin, however you want to say it. I mean, I'm not that way. I just want to say that. But he wonders that because we see it. And sometimes we just have to remember that everything is going to happen the way it needs to happen. But it's going to take a strong leader, a strong mind to remind everybody of the benefit and why you serve God, the benefit and why we chose to walk away from whatever we walked away from, or why we're choosing to pursue this goal, or why we're choosing better health, why we're choosing this new job, why people are depending on you if they work for you in your business and you're trying to work through the difficulties of maintaining it. It's going to be challenging, but as long as we have God, our chances of success have went from uncertainty because now we're dependent on the world to a level of clarity that, hey, whatever path that God wants me to go, he's going to make sure I'm heading towards the path of success. You just don't know what it looks like yet. So I hope this video's been encouraging. Like I said, I'm going to continue to be transparent because Monday, that's the last day of June. At this point, I'm like, this summer can go ahead and wrap up. But Monday's the last day of June, so at that point, I'll be able to update you guys because things are hitting the fan. I don't even know what's going to happen, but last night, one thing I was talking to God about, I was like, I'm not going to do what the Israelites did. I kept on looking back and just remembering how many times in the past just 2 years, I was like, I don't know how we're going to make it. God, why? What's going on? And then every time I've made it through, whether things got a little tight and then things got better and then everything's better for a while and all of a sudden, just life starts happening, something happens with the cars, I don't know. One thing I've realized is that every single time that I said, I don't know how we're going to make it, I didn't see where the money was going to come from. I didn't know. Here I am today, survive those moments. So it's easy for me to be like, remember, apply to now, wisdom and knowledge, and so that way you can move forward more confident and you're able to navigate the difficulties of sometimes negative thoughts coming into your mind. You're able to handle it a lot better because they're going to come. Trust me, that spiritual warfare I had last night, it was rough. It was like, we need to pack up. We need to just go ahead and pull the plug, tell family, we got to get out of here before stuff gets real bad. But if I do that, there's going to be a huge cost. That means the food business is no longer legal. It's done. That means all my license that I have here, useless. And I'll literally be starting my life all the way over with nothing, no leverage, no nothing at 34. And so when I chose this path, I understood the risk of being all in. That means your plan B is starting over. That means giving up. Or you can stick to it and keep moving forward and hopefully see what the end result looks like. And so I'm choosing to move forward. So I look forward to keeping you all updated. Pray for me if you choose to do so. I'll greatly appreciate it. And just know deep down inside that we're all going through something. Even the people that seem like they have the finances in order, they're going through things as well. But we're all going through something. But if we keep God first, we remember, then we'll know without a shadow of a doubt, somehow, some way, we're going to make it. And come June 1st, I look forward, not June, but come July 1st, I look forward to being like, somehow, some way, we made it. So until then, y'all have a great weekend. Like, share, subscribe if you choose to do so, if you want to stay updated. But otherwise, again, have a great weekend. And until next time.